Welcome back. You're watching AIM Agenda. Susan Lee has finally unveiled her new shadow cabinet. She was standing side by side with the Nationals leader, David Little, proud to do it because they are back together. It is a refresh. There's been some demotions and promotions, as you would expect. Joining me live now is the Shadow Minister for Regional Development, Regional Communications and Local Government, Anne Webster. Anne, great to see you. Thanks so much. What do you think of the new front bench team? Is it a winning one?
Thanks very much for having me, Laura. It's great to be talking with you, and I certainly hope we're a winning team. We have a lot of work to do over the next 3 years. I, for one, am very grateful and honoured to take on the role of Shadow Minister for Regional Development and Communications. Two massive issues for regional Australians, and I'll certainly be working very hard to see that regional Australia gets its fair share.
Indeed. So, I mean, when you look at the carve-up as well, I mean, one of the biggest things for the Nationals was to get that mobile phone coverage in the bush, and that is a massive issue for regional Australia. We're also talking about, you know, transmission lines and how that affects country Australia. But of the things that you seem to lose the election on, or at least the Liberals did in the cities, there's things like work from home. Did the nuclear policy go down so well? What do you think about those particular issues? Also tax, income tax. Was it a mistake to not match Labor on what they put out in the last budget? Do you have some thoughts on those things?
Yeah, Laura, there are many issues and a review is absolutely necessary, obviously. I would just remind your viewers that the Nationals actually held every seat and transitioned 3. So it wasn't out in the regions. In terms of the Liberals' review of their urban losses, then I'll certainly leave that to them. I wouldn't presume to step in. I think, you know, as I listened to the commentary over the last couple of weeks, what concerns me is that, you know, nuclear must have been bad and work from home for public service in Canberra must have been bad. I'm not so sure. I think that potentially the marketing of those things and the allowing for Labor, and the media has to take responsibility for this as well, allowing Labor to lie about nuclear costings, for example, I think that was a huge error. Does it mean nuclear is bad? You know, with all reviews, you need to have good research that doesn't take assumption and presumption on face value that certain things were bad, certain things were good. I think we need to evaluate, and certainly from the Nationals' point of view, we will be doing that, evaluate how particular policies played out with the people on the ground, with the people that sent us to Canberra to represent them. And I can tell you right now, the whole net zero discussion, which I know you're going to ask me about because it's a hot issue, that will be something that we are certainly going to be taking up in our party room. David has talked about a process whereby we will be reviewing that, looking at all of the issues and taking that forward.
You'll review it. So do you want to scrap, personally, you yourself as part of that party room, would you be arguing to scrap it?
I've been facing the pain, and I mean pain, of the people in my electorate who have just become the useful idiots under Jacinta Allen and Labor's federal aggressive policies for a rush to renewables. The pain that is in my communities, where communities are divided, where the cowboys have run wild with renewable projects, where there are non-disclosure agreements coming out your back pocket, and the Victorian government's push for transmission lines, regardless of the so-called consultation. They have been fake consultations, and all the people in my electorate tell me this. I absolutely want to stand up for regional communities. We are not the useful idiots of the left, and we will not just continue to bow down to the policies that our urban counterparts sadly don't understand what it costs us.
Well, Jacinta Allen, Victoria doesn't want to explore gas. This was well demonstrated yesterday by the Santos boss, Kevin Gallagher, when I was speaking to him at an energy summit. He likened the investment opportunities in Victoria to that of North Korea. Now, that, of course, that was tongue-in-cheek, right? But it does illustrate how difficult it is in Victoria to expand any gas. I mean, you just simply can't do it, where the rest of Australia and the rest of the world recognise gas as an important lower emissions fuel to keep the lights on, but also move towards net zero. What did you think about those comments yesterday from Santos?
Look, I think I think Kevin Gallagher sounds like an eminently sensible man, and I'm sure I would have a laugh with him about that comment. But the reality on the ground is that we are losing business in Victoria, and, you know, as we've said many, many times, energy is the economy, and we will not have an economy in Australia if we don't wise up to what is actually required for dispatchable power and for us to be able to bring back manufacturing and strengthen our economy. And, you know, I'm really pleased to see that the Labor Party have approved the North Shelf gas project in Western Australia. You know, it's not Victoria. There's a reason for that.
Yeah, it's extraordinary, isn't it? And it's, I can tell you, and you would know this as well, and it's just not Kevin Gallagher saying it. Many others are saying it. And the proof is in the stats, the level of debt that Victoria's in, the fact that they want Queensland to subsidise their energy in Victoria. The list goes on.
I know. And I can't tell you the number of people who are shutting up shop, small business. You know, we know that small business closures, the records are being kept. We lost 25,000, I think it was, might be slightly more than that, in the last 3 years of small businesses that are closed because they just simply cannot make ends meet. That's a huge discussion on its own. But the Victorian state government, with all its red tape and its difficulty doing business, and allowing businesses to thrive, is a major cause of people wanting to leave Victoria. And I have people telling me all the time, I'm shutting up house, I'm selling and I'm leaving.
Wow, that's just extraordinary. Well, and thank you for your time. Can't wait to see what work you do in your new positions, and we'll catch up with you soon, no doubt.